Good afternoon. I watched this guy, Wes Watson, and he was saying there are so many of us that aren't putting our content on YouTube for whatever reasons. And he thinks that no matter what and who you are, if you're not putting it up there, you're holding back and you're cheating the world because you got a lot to say. And I do have a lot of stuff to say. I actually have a blog called Conversations with Kane. So this will be my first video for that. I'm going to talk about all kinds of stuff. I'm already all over the place on the blog, so I'm just going to start putting videos up because this guy got me inspired, and we'll see what happens. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe one person will watch. But in either case, maybe in 30 years, my grandkids will ask what Grandpa was like, and if I'm not here, my videos will be. And today I'm talking about my yellow belt test. Woo! Yeah, I've been doing martial arts for, I don't know, my first martial art was wrestling in 1988. So it was a long time ago. But I don't have any significant rank in anything. I'm kind of good at stuff. I mean, I can defend myself for sure, but I don't know any whole systems. And I committed to getting a black belt. So far, I'm committed. We'll see how committed I am in 6 more months. It's been about 3. And today's my yellow belt test. And the test is, the owner of the school made it sound like it's just a fitness test, which for me is, that's no problem at all. And it's only yellow belt anyway. The school's pretty cool. It's called Level Up Martial Arts. It used to be United Studios of Self-Defense, which is a federation school, one of those franchises. And Jason Covey, the owner of the school, broke away and cut out a lot of the nonsense and added some functional stuff. Because if you don't know about kempo, there are, it's ridiculous how many combinations and kata and there's endless stuff. It's a cool style, but there's just too much to work with to memorize, which has a benefit, but I'd rather go with the functional stuff. So he streamlined a lot of the katas. There's far less katas and stuff like that to do, and there's a lot more. But he's done like a 3-day rotation. 3 days a week. It's a hybrid martial art now based on shaolin kempo. So it's boxing, jujutsu, and shaolin kempo. And he has 3 days a week, one dedicated to each part of his art. It's a pretty good progression. It's really cool. We get to practice all that stuff. And he's begun teaching Kali or screamers, I don't know what kind of stick stuff, to some of the upper students. I studied a bunch of that before, so I'm anxious to get stick fighting again. But we used to fight with rattan and hockey gloves and a fencing mask. I don't know what he was planning for his students, but that's a fun thing to consider. And so one day of the week is a self-defense class and sparring based on boxing. And then the next day would be, because he's only 3 days a week, and then the next day is grappling and jiu-jitsu. And he's working on a progression right now through stuff from the guard. And then day 3 is traditional. So we do some kata, we do some combinations and some really cool drills based on Shaolin Kempo. So I've been there since, I don't know, I think August, September. So yeah, like over 3 months. And he doesn't do the belt test regularly. Just, I guess he's got a few people going for a few different belts. I think I'm the only yellow belt. And the belt test is an hour and a half long. This is my workout. So just take a really quick look out. Look here. That's my warm-up. I don't know how well it's going to come out, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. This is my warm-up. I have to warm up before the warm-up because I'm sure there's going to be a warm-up, but there's no warm-up that's ever sufficient to get me warmed up. So I usually warm up, and then I go to school for the warm-up. So this should take me about a half an hour, minus the hot tub. All the kettlebell weights are 40 pounds. This is a light workout. This is just to exercise every range of motion I can to make sure that everything is working properly before I get into whatever kind of exercise he's going to have us do. I have no idea. First, the hot tub. The hot tub, I don't know, hang out in the hot tub for like 10 minutes. Make sure everything is nice and warm and relaxed. And the hard part of this is not falling asleep because, as my wife pointed out, how do you do that? She said, how do you do that without making yourself tired? Because sometimes I'll get up in the morning, jump in the hot tub. And then before bed, I get in the hot tub. And sometimes in the middle of the day, I get in the hot tub. we got it. Paid a lot of money for it. Might as well use it. So hot tub, warm me up, and then I'll sprint. Our mailboxes are 35 yards apart each. So I base my workouts on that. I will do 3 sets of 3 mailboxes or 3 sprints at 105 yards. Sub-maximal sprinting, 70-80% intensity, just working on body mechanics and making sure I'm coordinated and everything is working. See, that's the whole point of my workout. My warm-up is to make sure that everything works properly without hurting. Sprint 3 times, 105 yards, walk back for rest. 3-position kettlebell carry, each hand, 35 yards. Suitcase, rack, and overhead. So that's 6 by 35 yards. And then push, pull, squat, hinge, and carry are the 5 fundamental movements. So I already did carry because I like to do sprint and carry for a warm up for every workout I do, but it's usually 10 by 105, and then warm up with the 40 3-position, and then do the 62-pounder and 3-position and 2 mailboxes each hand in each direction instead of 1. But this is just a warm up, so I don't want to overdo it because I don't know what the teacher's gonna make me do here. So then we got a vertical and horizontal push pull. I'll do 2 sets of 5 of kettlebell press, push-ups, pull-ups, kettlebell rows. And then goblet squats, 2 sets of 10. And then for a hinge, I've got 10 kettlebell swings and then 5 long cycles per side. If you don't know what that is a clean and jerk without putting the bell down. And then some ground exercises. I don't know what, I call it the twister. I'll do 20 moves of that. It's if you get in a quadruped position, toes and hands on the ground, and then put your left foot where your right hand is and push it under your leg and then turn over, and then replace your other foot with your other hand, and then you just keep flip-flopping like that. Sort of like a crazy looking bear crawl sit out. That's a wrestling move. And then jump rope for a minute, then hit the heavy bag for a minute, kicks and punches, then practice on the double end bag for a minute just to warm up my footwork. I know 2.5 katas, 2 1/3 katas, run through kata 1, kata 4, and kata 6, 2 times each slowly to make sure that I know the sequences and can do them smoothly and continuously. And then back in the hot tub, yeah. So that should all take me under a half hour. Maybe I could squeeze it all in a half hour with the hot tub, depending on how long I sit in the hot tub for. But that's going to be my warm-up, and then the yellow belt test, and then, yeah, I'll be a yellow belt. Okay, so that's the first installment of a conversation with myself. Maybe somebody will watch this. Maybe I'll read your comment. All right, have a nice day.